Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today we're going to be removing the door panel on this XJ. First thing we're going to have to take a look at is the Phillips right here. So remove this Phillips, and if there's one here, which this one doesn't have it right now, is this one. So remove that one. So take those out first. After you have those screws out, now we're going to have to remove the handle. But if you separate this, see how there's a little clip in there? See a little bit? So you'll see the tip of this clip as you turn the window crank, and you'll see that it's got two sides and it's shaped like this. What it does is, we call them Jesus clips because they slip on like this. There's two ways to get it out. See how this is aimed? You would slide that in and it would push the clip out. Keep in mind, these clips love to bounce. If you don't have that, you can also use a hooking style to try and hook one side of it and flick it out. It's a little bit fun, but you will get it. Let's see if I can get it for you right now, one-handed. Yeah, it just went under the car. I'll grab it. But now, with a little bit of pressure, that comes off. Literally, you just find the tip of it and you grab it and you pull it. I'm gonna go fish my clip out from under the car. That's what it looks like. So like I said, you're just grabbing that with the hook pick and then flicking it out. After that's out, next thing you're gonna wanna do is grab around the edge and slowly start getting these. Again, these can tend to break depending on how old they are. The clips that, I mean. So you might want to pick up a couple extras and go from there. Oh, I missed one Phillips right here. Let's take this. Figured, because that was being way too hard. There we go. And then you just grab and lift up. There we go. After we get this off, you'll have this little clip right here and this one right here. So watch this. I don't know if you can see my thumb right now. See how it's on the black clip? It turns sideways like that, and you unhook it so it comes off of there, and then this will slip up and out. You might have to take some tension off the latch, but yeah, see how it just turns sideways? Same with the yellow. You just have to push it with your finger and it unclips. I'm gonna have to put the camera down though, so just push it sideways off of the metal bar so the metal bar can slip out. After you bend these out of the way, like I showed you how you move them off, you just work out the two lines. Now you'll notice that we have to pop the window switch out. I like to put my finger on the inside and just pop it forward. Or if you really want to, you can look into the hole. There's a duck tab and you can try and release it that way. I like to just, like I said, put pressure on it from the base and then flip it up. If you have a couple panel popping tools, you can go in from the sides and lift like that. After you get it out, all you're gonna do is see right here, grab it, and then you pull it towards you. Don't push on it in, but actually pull it out, and then it comes out. So you have to pull this one, not push it. All there is to it, if you're gonna be replacing your speakers like I am today, all you would do is take off these two screws here and the whole speaker should pop forward. The person I'm doing this for had mentioned that they didn't have their front speakers working. Take a look at this. That explains a lot of why it wasn't working. The magnet and whatnot has cut the wire. So the wire is somewhere, oh, it's right here. So I either have to extend these two wires, or I'm going to have to just run a new wire through this grommet right here, which might be easier because that's a big open grommet. I think that's what I'm going to do, just run a brand new wire, fresh one from here to here. Well, I'm putting a component set in here, so my plan is to clean this up and put some Velcro right here, and then I'm going to run these little wires into here and down to here, and then have the crossover under each door, or not door, but area here. So I'm running a new wire from here to here. If you have coaxial speakers, this will be easy. Just smack the coaxial in there And if you're not, then you have to be like me. Or you could throw something on your door panel up here if you wanted, and then it would just go on the door panel and you would have it on quick disconnects for that. It'll be majorly up to you on which area you'd like to go with this. So all I did is I popped this out. It's pretty easy. You just squeeze it out with your thumb, and then you literally compress it, throw your wire through here, and then it'll literally come out right here. Like, it'll just drop in here and you can grab it, or you can stick your fingers in there and grab it, because once that's compressed you can touch your fingers easily. And then we just need this rubber grommet right here. You can either try to go through here or poke a small hole and then fish your wire through it. Flexed it like this, then like that, grabbed with a pair of pliers. I'm gonna wire it right here, and then I'll have the crossover down here. I already have this wire here now. How I got it there was I put it here, popped out the grommet on this side, and I got my hole through here. I just cut one, a little one right here, fed it through. Now I can lock this back in, wire my speaker in, and call it a day. You can do this either way you like. I just like to solder mine, so I soldered mine on. If you want, you can use the duct tabs. That I'm gonna, or well, the spades as I should say, so you slide your spades on. Now I'm just gonna put this back on, button up my door, and then I'll do everything under the dash. If you're going to be using the factory wiring, your front left should be light green, red for positive, light green, green for negative. On the right front, light blue, red is positive, light blue, black is front right, negative. And then on the rears, left rear, you're looking at green and white. Oh wow, here, I'm just going to show you on here. So dark green, white. So the more pronounced dark green, white is your positive. Your white green, or your white slash dark green. So it'll be majorly white with a dark green stripe, and that will be your negative. And then white purple will be the other positive, and then tan dark green will be the negative. So again, you can get this information from the 12volt.com. I would highly suggest typing that into Google if you're doing this, so you can confirm your wire colors. The 12volt.com, type in wiring diagrams and just select your year, make and model, and then select the one that matches your wiring colors. So for me, my speaker is actually going to be too big for right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be mounting it on the outside of the panel, which I was already worried anyway about that panel for clearance issues. So what I'm going to actually do is use an oscillating tool and cut out the circle here, so that way I can slide the speaker directly in and also space it out a little bit more from the window, so I know my window is going to clear. So right now I'm going to pop my door panel back on. So I oscillated out about this much from there, and it was literally just the roundness of the grill. After I did that, this bolted directly on. So now I can start working on the inside of the vehicle after I adjust the window crank. Very important, once you get this all said and done, where did I put it? There it is. Put your window crank on if you have manual windows. Make sure it's on all the way. And make sure you can put your window all the way up and all the way down. If it doesn't, you'll have an issue. So up here, you're going to solder these two on. Make sure you know which ones are positive. For me, I always use writing as my positive. So after that, I'm going to tape these up and keep it nice and sleek. Then I'm going to feed it into here, and then I'm going to, this one's up here, this one's here, both wires are right here. We're going to pop this open, and you do that just by squeezing this and pulling on the bottom, and it'll pop out, and then we can screw the positive and negatives into each for the tweeter and the other. If you're taking a look here, you'll see TW plus is this one, TW negative, so that's for your tweeter. WF is your woofer, which is in the door. So plus negative, and then the in goes to your deck. If you're going to power it from your deck, you're going to just throw a wire down here, and then you'll connect it into that negative and plus. If you're not going to do that, like I'm not, I'm going to just be running the wire here and then down the center console and to the back where I have an amplifier. And that's the part that will go to your amplifier. Threw on one of the plastic covers just so it blocks it from your leg resting on it, or if you need your leg to rest on something, you can. Didn't even take off this door panel. I just cut it out and then pulled out the other speaker just by popping out the clips, and then bolted this one on. And of course, ran my wiring through the grommet out through here, and that's where I hid this one. It's probably not going to show up. There it is. I tucked it in right there in the glove box, ran across here, one more zap strap here, put one over there, and I fished it from here to right here. So for the rear speaker, just reach up here, pry down, and work your fingers around like that. Next is to pull that speaker out. Here's, I've decided to use the wiring because the wiring looks like it's in great shape. So my 6.5 fits perfectly in here. I've just put the colors in as they should be. Brown, yellow should be in positive on the end, and then that's going to go up in here, and then the other one is the negative, obviously. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the tweeter over here in the corner. I'm going to have it aiming this way. So I'm going to grab the tweeter mounting one, screw that into here, aim it that way, and then we'll drill a hole, feed the wires up in here. Those will go here. Then we'll put a small wire here for the woofer, and then we'll tie it in. My plan is to Velcro and cram it up here with a little bit of foam, not so it puts so much pressure on the headliner, but so that way it doesn't rattle around when he's driving around. So we'll do that, and then we'll do the same to the other side. So with these Hertz tweeters, they come with these little adapters to aim them like that. And that would be for if someone was sitting in the back. You don't want it directly in their ear, otherwise it'll be really loud. If you wanted to, you could also mount it like this, but I like it right there, I think, just so it can aim a little bit there. And then if you really wanted to, and you want to give it a crazy angle, you could, of course, mount it right here, so that way it aims more at the driver up front, which is another possibility. Maybe I will do that, I don't know. I'm going to take a quick look, and that way it just aims over there. Tweeter is mounted, this is here. So next is to clamp the cover back on. I've already put some Velcro on the other side, and then I'm going to shove it up in the headliner and stick it to the roof. And that's the other side done. I ended up putting these grills on because the old grills wouldn't fit. Unfortunately, we are going to have the holes of the old grill, but at least we have something clean right here. Again, if you buy certain speakers that don't have such excursion or have a little bit smaller footprint, the old grill will probably go back on.